Welcome to the Project Tzitzis broadcast.
I'm speaking for Talisman on behalf of the Project Tzitzis broadcast. There's an amazing story that Rav Zilberstein brings down. Originally it was in Tuv Chayabiu, and then there was an addition in Aleinu L'Shabeach. I have a good friend of mine, Elti, so he just sent me this in a WhatsApp. It's kedai to review this story. Because when we speak about wearing tzitzis, every mitzvah, as we point out, if you give Mesiras Nefesh, you give your life for it, it's going to obviously have a greater effect on you. But especially tzitzis, as we mentioned, Chazal tells it's shkula keneged kol mitzvahs. It's equal to all mitzvahs. There's something very special about tzitzis. So the story is told about a young boy, 11 years old, in Eretz Yisrael. He was going through chemotherapy. Rachmana litzlan. This young boy was insistent he's not going to not be wearing a talis katan. Al pi Kabbalah, people wear not just during the day, even at night. There's a fascinating discussion, it's good to see in Piskei Teshuvos, how to be careful even at night because tzitzis is so special. This young boy had to go through chemotherapy. He comes to the hospital. He made sure that he's going to wash his tzitzis because he knew that it has to be, of course, cleansed and fit up to all the rules to be able to wear it. He comes to the hospital and the nurse sees him and says, okay, please take off your clothing. He changes to the clothing of the hospital clothing, but he keeps on his talis katan. The nurse comes and in her Israeli expression says, Torid et ze. He says, I'm not taking it off. She said, you're not going into chemotherapy unless you take it off. The boy said, I'm not going. And he insisted and he sat outside 1 hour, 2 hours. I think it was 3 hours. He's sitting outside and she's frustrated and he's not moving and he's not budging. Finally, the head doctor shows up. He says, Ma Coren, what's going on? The boy explains, I'm not going in if I'm taking off my talis. He says, let me see what's going on. He goes in, he speaks to the nurse. As he's speaking to the nurse, he notices that what this young boy was supposed to get wasn't fit. It was too much. And he would have been killed, Rachmana litzlan, if he would have gone to what he was supposed to, the chemotherapy that was planned for this young boy. He comes out dancing like an Israeli, an excited Israeli. Nes gadol hayapo. He says, you don't realize. Now I realize what it means that the Torah and Shmiras HaMitzvahs, what's amazing, the word Shmiras HaMitzvahs, the guarding of mitzvahs, we usually mean that to keep. Sometimes it's even deeper. Shmiras HaMitzvahs means to guard us. And because of that, this young man was saved. Now, this was printed in Tuv Chayabiu a few years ago. Afterwards, there was a aftermath to this story in Aleinu L'Shabeach, where he writes that this young boy called up the hospital, called up the doctor, and said, I want you to know that I'm fully cured from my machla. That's the power of keeping the mitzvah of tzitzis.
Project Tzitzis. Free tzitzis for anyone who doesn't wear tzitzis and would like to start wearing tzitzis.